There is a site on the 26,000 square feet on the east side of 5 that they acquired for a major drainage easement.
And the east side would be the same side as Miss Baird's?
Correct.
Okay.
There is a site on 5. I'm not sure of the street name, but it might be in sight of Mrs. Baird's property.
What was the purpose of that last purchase you described?
Object form.
That had a mobile home on it. It is a great site for a commercial venue. The MEDC made the decision to purchase it, to have it rezoned, clean it up, and create a sales tax entity business there.
Is that important for the MIDC to create sales tax generating businesses?
Object form.
Well, their mission is economic development, and economic development is to generate sales tax and jobs.
And so the answer to my question would be yes?
Object form.
Yes.
To your knowledge, does Ms. Baird's property generate sales tax revenue?
Object form.
Do not know.
Has the city of Melissa acquired any property in or around, or let's say within a mile of Ms. Baird's property over the last 3 years?
The only site I can think that the city acquired would be the water tower site.
Okay. But half of, if not the majority of the folks serving on the MIDC also serve on the Melissa City Council.
Object form.
Yes.
Does the MIDC have the legal authority to condemn property?
Object form.
Not to my knowledge.
Has there been any interest expressed within a mile of Ms. Baird's property by Perot, Sonic, or anybody else to locate within a mile of Ms. Baird's property?
Object form.
Well, Hillwood Development has bought 500 acres just east of Miss Baird's property.
Okay. And Hillwood property, is that the Perot property?
That is correct.
Okay. You said it's east of Ms. Baird's property?
I believe so.
Okay. East and how far away?
Mile, maybe?
Okay.
I don't know.
I was just wondering
I
if
don't
I
know.
get a visual picture of it. Have they already purchased that property?
Oh, yeah.
Object form.
Okay. Are they developing already?
Object form.
They have broken ground.
And what's the development consist of? Is it single-family homes? Is it retail, commercial?
Object form.
It is mixed.
Anybody else besides Hillwood has expressed an interest of purchasing any property or leasing any property within a mile of Ms. Baird's property that you know of?
Object form.
I believe there's a company called Stone Ridge that has a contract on approximately 600 acres west of 5, stretching as far as west of 75.
You know a gentleman by the name of Harry Aston?
Object form.
Mr. Aston is a resident in the city of Melissa.
Do you know him personally?
I've met him once or twice.
Is he a tenant of one of the buildings owned by the MIDC?
Object form.
Not that I know of.
Does he run a company called Sticks and Stones?
Object form.
Not that I know of.
Okay. Do you know what type of business Mr. Aston's in?
No, I do not.
Form.
Does he live in your neighborhood?
Object form.
I believe he lives in Country Ridge, correct?
And on what occasions have you known to just talk to Mr. Aston?
Object the following.
Most recently, I was in a dunking booth at the school fair.
Okay. The time before that?
Object the following.
Country Ridge homeowners meeting, maybe?
Has the city of Melissa made any offers to Ms. Baird, monetarily or otherwise, to compensate her for her property?
Object the form. I would also invade the mediation. Don't answer what you discussed in mediation.
Outside of mediation?
Object the form.
Not that I recall.
Okay. Have you discussed with anybody recently and made the statements outside of mediation that Ms. Baird was offered money or land to compensate her for her property?
Object the form.
I have not discussed that with anyone.
Okay.
Don't know.
Do you have an address for, do you know where Mr. Hudson lives?
In Country Ridge,
Is he a neighbor of yours?
Object the form.
within a block or so.
And that's the same Michael Hudson that serves on, or currently serves as the chairman of the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Yes.
Okay. And he was appointed by the city council in August of this year.
Correct.
Okay, Mayor, I'm Richard Abernathy. I represent the city, and I just
Okay. So it's open to any, I guess, citizen of the city of Melissa.
object the form.
As every board is, yes.
Well, every board appointed by the city council, which this is not.
Object the form.
Any citizen can request to be on any board.
You don't serve on the MIDC by the very nature because you're the mayor.
No, I do not.
And Kaiser and Mercer don't serve on the MIDC just because they're city council members.
Object the form.
I believe they do not.
Okay.
Don't answer that question. We've answered that 4 times. Don't answer it anymore.
In the fourth quarter of 2000,
Object the
Correct.
form.
during the same period of time, R&B and Associates was looking for land to build a water tower on behalf of your city. At the end of 2000,
Object the form.
DHT Investments purchases the property in January of 2001. In April of 2001 or May of 2001, 2.2 acres, I think you said 2.5 acres, was sold back to the city of Melissa for the use of a water tower.
Object the form.
Is that a fair rendition of the facts as you know them? R&B and Associates issues a report to the Melissa City Council. Did DHT Investments make a profit on the sale of the property to the city of Melissa?
Object the form.
No.
And who in the city would be in the best position to know whether or not you wrote that check?
Object the form.
The accounting department,
Okay, and who heads the accounting department?
Connie Blankenship.
Did you sign the check over from the city of Melissa to DHT Investments for the purchase of that property?
Object the form.
Do not recall. I believe that's in eyesight of Mrs. Baird's property,
On the same side of the street or the other side?
the other
Object the
side.
form.
Okay.
There is one site that is right next to the park. I believe there's 3 pieces of property.
Could you kind of generally tell us where they're located
Object the form.
in relation to Ms. Baird's property?
Sorry, object the
No,
form.
that's my fault. Stay within a mile of Ms. Baird's property?
Object the form.
Do you recall what properties specifically that they've acquired? Let's say, has the MIDC begun to acquire property along Highway 5 near Ms. Baird's property?
I object the form.
They have acquired property on Highway 5, yes.
Okay.